What if one desperate lie, born from crushing loneliness, could destroy an entire family? In Andrei Zhevyagintsev's The Banishment, a wife makes one confession that will shatter everything you think you know about marriage, trust, and the deadly price of silence. This story gets absolutely devastating, and the final twist will leave you speechless. Stay with me, because what you're about to discover will haunt you long after this video ends. Rain-soaked streets, empty industrial wasteland, a car racing through the night. Mark is bleeding, badly, a bullet lodged deep in his shoulder, but he's not heading to any hospital. Instead, he drives straight to his brother's apartment. Why? Because Mark moves in dangerous circles. Criminal connections, police attention means prison, or worse. Sir Alex, his younger brother, becomes an emergency surgeon. Boiling water, a kitchen knife, no anesthetic. Take the bullet out and I'll leave, Mark says through gritted teeth. I don't want your family to see me. This opening scene tells us everything. Mark is the dangerous one, the risk taker. Alex is the family man, the protector. But neither brother realizes their loyalty to each other will soon become part of an unthinkable tragedy. Days later, Mark is recovering. Alex mentions something that seems innocent, but will prove deadly. I'm leaving in a few days, Alex tells his family. Robert found me a job. Good money. Robert. Remember that name. This friend and co-worker will become the center of Alex's worst nightmares. But first, Alex decides to take his family on a countryside retreat. To his childhood home, a peaceful escape before work begins. The visual transformation is breathtaking. They leave behind the bleak industrial city, concrete towers belching smoke, and enter what looks like Eden itself. Rolling green hills, vast open skies, the family's ancestral home sitting alone on a hilltop, connected to the world by a simple wooden bridge. Alex shows young Keir the dried creek bed beneath their house. It used to flow down here, under the house, and to the ravine, he explains. Did you see it? I saw it, Keir replies wistfully. Everything feels timeless here, perfect. The children play in walnut groves. They visit neighbors with daughters the same age. For precious moments. This looks like paradise regained. But Vera, Alex's wife, carries something darker. A quiet sadness that cuts through the beauty like a knife. When little Eva accidentally breaks something, Vera comforts her. Don't say that, darling. It's not your fault. But we sense Vera herself carries guilt about something. Something she can't name. Then comes the moment that destroys everything. Golden hour. Alex and Vera relaxing on their patio. The countryside spread below them like a painting. Children playing nearby. Vera looks directly at her husband and speaks the words that will end their world. I'm expecting a child. A pause. Her eyes searching his face. It's not yours. Alex doesn't explode, doesn't demand answers, doesn't unleash his rage. He simply shuts down. His face becomes stone. He stands up, walks away into the woods, says absolutely nothing. What makes this devastating is how Vera delivers the news. No guilt in her voice. No shame. She looks at Alex almost hopefully, as if testing him, waiting to see if he cares enough to fight for their marriage. But Alex gives her nothing. Just crushing, deafening silence. Unable to process this betrayal alone, Alex arranges to meet Mark. He tells young Keir they're meeting Uncle Robert, then whispers it's actually Mark. This small lie will matter later. During the drive, Keir innocently reveals something that ignites Alex's suspicions. I hate Robert, Keir says casually. He was at our house when you went to make money. Alex's hands tighten on the steering wheel. Mum said she'd take us to the circus, but she changed her mind. Nina took us instead. When we came back, he was there. In Alex's wounded mind, this can only mean one thing. Robert, his friend, his co-worker, alone with Vera while Alex was away working. Robert must be the father. At a remote train station, Alex pours out his devastation to Mark. Vera's pregnant. The child's not mine, she told me yesterday. Mark, weathered by violence and survival, offers cold counsel. What happens, happens. Like a card game, you play the hand you're dealt. But Mark isn't just offering philosophy. As a man with criminal connections, he provides practical solutions. And unwanted pregnancies, definitely problems that can be handled. I'm scared I'll kill her, Alex confesses. Mark's response chills the blood. If you want to kill, kill. If you want to forgive, forgive. Just make a decision. Back at the house, tension becomes unbearable. Alex grows cold, distant. Vera feels the shift but doesn't understand why. Strange phone calls start coming. One disconnects immediately, from Robert's number in the city. Later, in desperation we don't understand yet, Vera herself calls Robert. I don't even know why I called, she tells him, her voice breaking. These mysterious communications fuel Alex's suspicions. In his mind, Vera and Robert are coordinating behind his back. Finally, Alex confronts Vera with his decision. We need to decide something. I don't want to talk about betrayal. Let's get rid of it. We have to do it. Vera offers no resistance, no explanations, no pleas. She just submits. Just do what you decided to do. I can't wait any longer. It's as if the life has already drained out of her. Alex and Mark move with terrifying efficiency. The children are sent to stay with neighbors. Mark uses his criminal network to arrange everything. I found 2 doctors, he tells Alex over the phone. 40 minutes. She'll be back on her feet in 2 days. In a month. All behind her. As preparations begin, there's heartbreaking irony. The neighbor children, including Keir and Eva, are reading Bible verses aloud. Love is patient and kind, young Frida reads from 1 Corinthians. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. These beautiful words about love and patience echo through the house, as Alex prepares to force his wife to terminate his own child. The contrast couldn't be more devastating. Zvyagintsev doesn't show us the abortion itself. Instead, we see the terrible aftermath. The doctor gives careful instructions. Recovery time, bed rest, pain medication. Alex believes he's solved the problem. The issue is eliminated. Now they can rebuild. But something is wrong. Vera looks pale, listless, barely conscious. I don't like how she looks, Alex tells Mark anxiously. Hours pass. Vera doesn't improve. She seems to be slipping away. Alex sits by her bedside, tries to make amends. I'm terribly sorry. Don't make me regret even more. I made a mistake. I know it. Help me, Vera. But it's too late for apologies. She's dying, Alex realizes in horror. Mark calls in a local doctor for emergency consultation. The doctor examines Vera. His face grows grave. She's dead. But then comes an even more shocking revelation. I have to tell you something. She died from opiates. Very strong medication. A few tablets. Enough to never wake up again. She took them all. Vera didn't die from abortion complications. She committed suicide by overdosing on the pain medication left behind. The doctor hands Alex something found next to Vera's body. A pregnancy test. On the back, writing a message that will change everything. Will you tell him? The doctor asks about Alex. Alex looks at whatever Vera wrote and makes a choice that defines his character. No. With Vera dead, the brothers must handle devastating practicalities. Quick funeral arrangements. Avoid scandal. Avoid gossip. But Mark, loyal Mark who stood by his brother through everything, is dying. The stress, the gunshot wound, poor health. His body is failing. Despite urgent medical warnings to rest, Mark insists on attending Vera's funeral. Standing by Alex matters more than his own survival. The funeral scene is magnificent and heartbreaking. Small procession climbing the hill. Simple church built for this film. A priest reading the same Bible passage the children recited. Words about love being patient and kind, spoken over the grave of a woman who died because her husband showed neither quality. After the burial, driving home, Mark's heart finally surrenders. He dies quietly in Alex's arms. In days, Alex has lost his unborn child. His wife, his only brother. Paradise has become a graveyard. Now completely alone, Alex returns to the city with burning purpose. Revenge. He's convinced Robert seduced his wife. fathered the child, destroyed his family. Taking Mark's gun, Alex stakes out Robert's apartment through the night. He's planning murder. Exhausted by grief and insomnia, Alex falls asleep in his car. At dawn, gentle tapping on his window. It's Robert himself, smiling kindly, completely unaware of Alex's lethal intentions. "Would you like to come in for coffee?" As Robert walks toward his building, Alex reaches for the gun, but his hand finds something else. An envelope in the glove compartment. Inside, a pregnancy test from the hospital. On the back, a handwritten letter from Vera. As Alex reads his dead wife's words, the truth finally emerges. And it's more devastating than any bullet could ever be. Suddenly, we're transported back in time. We see the real story. The truth Alex never bothered to seek. Days before their countryside trip, Vera was consumed by despair. Not because of an affair. Because of the emotional wasteland her marriage had become. She and Alex had grown so distant, so disconnected, that she felt like a stranger in her own home. In complete hopelessness, Vera swallowed a bottle of pills, attempting suicide, and Robert, dear innocent Robert, saved her life. He came by for an unexpected visit, found her unconscious, rushed her to the hospital. During treatment, doctors discovered she was pregnant. The next day, Vera confided everything to Robert. Through tears, she revealed the heartbreaking reality. The baby was Alex's. She had never been unfaithful, never had an affair. Confession, to Alex, was a lie. Born from such profound loneliness that carrying her own husband's child felt like carrying a stranger's. It felt like it wasn't his baby, she told Robert. Because we hardly ever talk anymore. Think about that. Vera felt so disconnected from her husband that his child growing inside her felt foreign. She was testing Alex, hoping that even the shock of imagined betrayal might provoke genuine emotion. Some sign he still cared enough to fight for their love. Instead, Alex responded with cold punishment. He chose to destroy rather than understand. In her letter, Vera poured out her heart. The silence between them, her fear their children would inherit this emptiness, her desperate hope they might find each other again. But Alex never gave her that chance. Standing in morning light, holding the letter that came too late, Alex finally understands. Every assumption was wrong, every decision was catastrophic. Vera had been completely faithful. The child was his own. Her suicide attempt had nothing to do with guilt over affairs. It was about feeling unloved in her own marriage. Robert wasn't a betrayer. He was a hero who saved Vera when Alex failed to see she was drowning. And Alex murdered his own innocent child, drove his faithful wife to suicide, lost his devoted brother, all because he was too proud to ask one simple question. Why? The biblical parallels are impossible to ignore. Alex is a failed Abraham, a father who sacrificed his child not in obedience to divine command, but in service to his wounded ego. Unlike the biblical story, no angel stayed his hand. The title, The Banishment, reveals its full meaning. Alex hasn't just lost his family. He's banished himself from any possibility of redemption. He must live forever knowing everything could have been saved by a single honest conversation. The Banishment asks the most fundamental questions about love. How well do we really know the people closest to us? Do we listen? Or just wait for our turn to speak? When crisis strikes, do we seek understanding? Or rush to judgment? In our age of digital disconnection, Zvyagintseev's masterpiece feels prophetic. Even families under the same roof can become strangers. Even married couples can drift so far apart that love becomes unrecognizable. Alex had everything: a beautiful wife who loved him, healthy children, a peaceful refuge from the world. But his inability to trust, to communicate, to be vulnerable, turned his Eden into wasteland. The dried creek that suddenly flows after Vera's death becomes the film's most powerful metaphor. Truth, like water, will eventually surface. But sometimes it comes too late to nourish anything but regret. Stories like this remind us why cinema matters. They show us the ultimate consequences of our deepest fears about love and loss. They warn us that silence, while comfortable, can be the most dangerous force in any relationship. If this exploration moved you, there are countless other films waiting to reveal their hidden depths. What should we examine next? And remember, sometimes the most important conversations are the ones we're most afraid to have.